What's going on, people, and welcome to another Premier League predictions. Game week 19, staying on this festive track of fixtures. First up, we've got Leicester City versus Manchester City. I'm actually going to go with Leicester in this one. City couldn't even get a win over Everton recently. I don't know what's happening to them, but they still can't get the results that they need. So I'm actually going to go Leicester in an upset. Maybe it's not as much of an upset as it would have been, but I'm going to go Leicester with a home win, 2-1. Crystal Palace versus Southampton. For Palace in this one, they're looking stronger and stronger as the season goes on. Southampton just weak. Obviously, their manager got the sack quite recently. They'll definitely go back down, so I'm going with Palace, 3-0. Everton versus Nottingham Forest. Forest again getting a win against Spurs the other day. Fantastic season they're having. Everton grabbing a few points recently in terms of draws more than anything. I'd be surprised if Forest could get the 3 points, but I'm going to go with the draw, 1-1. Fulham versus Bournemouth. Similar to the Everton Forest, I don't think there'll be a lot between these two sides. Fulham are on a really decent run at the moment. Obviously, they just beat Chelsea late on. Bournemouth a little bit up and down, but I think it'll be a very good game. I'm going to go with a draw, 2-2. Tottenham versus Wolves. I'm going to go with Wolves in this one. I think Tottenham just, especially without Van de Ven and Romero at the moment, like they're really, really poor recently and they can't defend. So Wolves, even though they're away, I think are in better form. Cunha's looking fantastic at the moment. Hwang's just coming back from a long time out. I think Larson will get better as well. So I think Wolves, 2-1 Wolves. West Ham versus Liverpool. I'm going to go with Liverpool in this one. Look like they've almost not got a lot of faults, not made a ton of slip-ups so far this season. They're the team to beat. They're leading the pack very convincingly. I think they'll get 3 points again. So I'm going to go with Liverpool. I'm going to go 1-0. Aston Villa versus Brighton. Both teams a bit inconsistent this year, not as solid as they maybe have been in previous years, in my opinion. I think Brighton started strongly this year, but they've slipped off a bit. And Villa are up and down, like week in, week out. I'm going to edge it to Brighton, but I don't think it'll be by a lot. 2-1. Ipswich versus Chelsea. Ipswich versus Chelsea, obviously only losing 1-0 to Arsenal at the Emirates yesterday. So I think Ipswich could come into this game with a lot of confidence from that, even though they took a loss. It was only by 1 goal against one of the best teams in the league. I still think Chelsea will win, but Ipswich possibly could do something. But I'm going to go Chelsea, 3-1. Manchester United versus Newcastle. Just have no confidence in us at the moment. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we can do something. But Newcastle in pretty good form, and I feel like they have a little bit too much firepower for us. Defensively, we're not good enough at the moment. We're not scoring enough. We need a number 9 that we're actually provide for. Newcastle for me, 2-0. And then lastly, we've got Brentford versus Arsenal. I'm actually going to go with the draw because I think going to Brentford is difficult, and Arsenal are going to be without Saka now for at least 2 months, if not longer. I still think they've got a deep enough squad to should get results, but they struggle sometimes when they've got Saka. So I think going to Brentford's going to be tough. They've only just beat Ipswich 1-0 at home. So I think Brentford could grab a draw in this, 1-1. So that is it for Game Week 19 Premier League predictions, guys. Let me know yours in the comments, and I'll be back soon with another video in a bit.